How do you improve your memory? At what age does the brain stop developing? Insight 1. The most effective way to train the brain is to solve simple tasks for time. Many studies show that, after 25 years, human thinking abilities are already in decline. Of course, it also affects our productivity. How do you effectively train your brain and enhance your thinking abilities? To do this, let's see which tasks its sections perform. The human brain is divided into 4 parts: frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital. Each share performs a different task: frontal lobe, movement, thinking, judging; parietal lobe, touch, perception of space; temporal lobe, speech understanding, color and shape perception; occipital lobe, vision. But what happens to our brain while performing different tasks? How is the load distributed? You sit there and think about something. At this point, the brain is barely working, but the frontal lobe is poorly functioning. You watch your favorite show on your laptop or on TV. The brain is barely working. You watch carefully, so the occipital lobes responsible for vision are active, and listen to what your favorite protagonists say, making the temporal lobes responsible for hearing work. You solve complex problems. Only the left hemisphere works. The front frontal lobe and the lower temporal lobe are active. You don't do simple tasks for a while. Both hemispheres are working. The slower a person solves problems, the less active the brain is. You solve simple tasks for a while. Both hemispheres are active. The frontal lobes of both hemispheres are working. The angular gyrus, the speech zone, the visual zone, and the temporal gyrus are working. So solving simple tasks for a while is a very effective way of training. It's crucial to train regularly. Like a trip to the gym, brain training machines work better in the morning. The brain is more active at this time. But how and which exercises are better to do? Train Your Brain, 60 Days to a Better Brain, is a workbook divided into 60 days. Every day you have to solve simple mathematical examples. The goal is to solve them as soon as possible. It'll take about 10 minutes at first. 5 minutes is the level of applicants who go to universities. If you fit in 2 minutes, you can consider that you got gold at the Olympics. Insight 2. For the brain to work actively, it has to be interested. In addition to the old paper format, there are Wikium and other modern online brain training simulators. Think of yourself as a child. You threw all your toys around the room, and your parents tell you to put them away. How would you feel? Would you be willing to do that? And if your parents suggested you collect toys for time. The more and faster you collect, the more points. And then those points can still be exchanged for something. The motive of the game is one of the strongest motives of a person at any age. The brain must be interesting, and for it not to get used to and work more actively, tasks must be constantly updated. Insight 3. Brain development never stops, and its possibilities are almost endless. We chose 3 common questions and found the answer from the author of the book, Ryuta Kawashima. At what age does brain development stop? Ryuta Kawashima knows an old lady who started learning English at the age of 99. By the age of 100, she already knew 100 words in English. And when she was 101 years old, her grandmother already knew English so well that she could teach others. It's evidence that the brain evolves throughout life. Why are we look stupid and acting weird when we're nervous? At this point, the prefrontal cortex of both hemispheres is shut down. It is responsible for smooth motion and intellectual activity. What do you do in these situations? If you are very nervous, solve some mathematical tasks in your mind, so you can make the prefrontal cortex work and control your condition. Why? If you sleep for 15 minutes in the afternoon, do you feel alive? Tiredness accumulates during the day, especially in the afternoon, and we stop thinking. But if at that moment we only sleep for 15 minutes, we will feel rested. During these 15 minutes, the brain works in a phase of rapid sleep, reboots, and the fatigue passes. You memorize new things better, concentrate faster, and structure your thoughts in your head. Conclusion. Main idea. Healthy sleep, a balanced diet, and regular thinking activity are important to the brain's health, and simple daily exercises for the brain can maintain its functions at an appropriate level. Train your brain in various ways. For example, study Ryuta Kawashima's books and take advantage of online training.